This is news that's coming out of Russia. It was an aide to President Vladimir Putin who told lawyers that, at least from the Kremlin's perspective, they have agreed to a meeting between Russia's President Vladimir Putin and U.S. President Donald Trump. Not clear where this meeting would take place just yet. That aide saying that it would happen in a third country and then it would take several weeks to prepare for. This is something that the White House is not yet talking about. They haven't put out any statements. I called the press office to get verification, and they wouldn't give me any. But, of course, this announcement does come as President Trump's national security advisor, John Bolton, is in Russia to meet with President Putin. Washington has been abuzz for several weeks now about the possibility of a meeting between Trump and Putin. People here in Washington expecting that meeting to happen sometime in mid-July after that NATO summit in Brussels. But right now, Kim, the Kremlin saying this meeting is on, the White House saying nothing.
Tetiana, relations between the two are tense at the moment, to say the least. How major, then, is this development?
Well, you know, this announcement comes off the heels of a pretty contentious meeting at the G7 in Canada not too long ago. That is where President Trump alienated many U.S. allies, including Canada, the UK, France, and several others over this issue of tariffs on steel and aluminum. It also comes on the heels of what President Trump has considered a very successful meeting between himself and Kim Jong-un. We know that the president is very into optics. He's very into showmanship. So this meeting with President Putin, likely an opportunity that the president will take to show again he is forging ahead with world leaders, not just U.S. allies, but those not necessarily considered allies. But this potential meeting, which is set to take place, at least from what we're hearing here in Washington after the NATO meeting in Brussels, is something that NATO allies have expressed deep concern about. Allies basically saying that a meeting between Putin and Trump would really leave the allies concerned that the United States is trying, or excuse me, that Russia is trying to advance its goal of sowing dissension within European transatlantic relationships. So this is certainly something that President Trump is looking forward to as another show of victory for his administration, another piece of evidence showing that he's able to get things done and make deals. But it's also something that U.S. allies are deeply concerned about.